Let me share my screen as well. Okay, here we are on ChatGPT. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I don't even say, but let's do it anyway. Be as my client and give me a leaflet task or social media post or a poster. First, let's do a social media post. So, social media post. Yeah, since this is the new year, ChatGPT understood that, I guess. So it is, that's clever, right? It understood and it is giving us a, wait, this is exactly what I'm doing. New year design workshop. So I have to now design for the workshop that I'm doing right now. Is it so? Something like that. Okay. So what is this about? Attract graphic designers and okay. So how do it knows what I'm doing right now? So I don't think this is a good idea, right? Because we don't want to design a design workshop that I'm doing now. So we'll ask for, I think this is a coincidence. I don't know. Let's ask for give one more. So it keeps on giving me design related designs, but I don't want design related designs. So fitness also, I don't think it's a good one. Let us go for one more, like a product. Yeah, this could be it. Let me read and figure it out. I'm just going to ask one more. Yeah, this could be easy. This could be easy for beginners to understand. So now, within a short period of time, I have to do a design for a smartwatch. So now I'm not going to show you exactly what tool we have to use. All those, no, don't focus on the tools. What we are going to focus is entirely on how to do it fastly. That's what we are going to focus. So first of all, what will be the size for social media? What is the standard size? What will be the standard size for social media? Tell me. Yeah, any size, square, but square for social media that it should go with everything means you have to go for square. It can be working on uh, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, for any site. Square is the answer now. Okay, so we can go for 1080 by 1080 or 1920 by 1920. I'm going to go for 1920 because I want it to be very high resolution than 1080. Okay, that's the reason. But the idea is square. Keep that in mind. Okay. That's all. You just create the page using any software that you know, even Canva, it's totally fine. I have a square, right? So now we need to add all the wordings. Okay. To add the wordings, it always best to start with black and white first before you come up with colors and everything. You have to plan something that is called as design hierarchy. Okay. So let's plan the design hierarchy first. In a while, I'll tell you what is a design hierarchy, but let's say all the wording. This is the, that's not the wording, objective. This is what we want. But we want the header. Okay, I'm just going to copy the heading. Add it. Then this is like a smaller text secondary heading. Yeah, as you can see, these are some of the features. Okay, let's say this is the feature number 1. Feature number 2. Then we have the call to action. I don't think this call to action is a good one. So we have to keep it simple, easy. Let's say pre-order now. Maybe that's more than enough. Maybe I can put the call to action slightly differently, but anyway, I will copy the entire thing. CTA. Okay, so this is the call to action. I guess those are the wordings that we need to add. Additional details. Logo, website, if available, QR code, if available. As you can see, it said this size, but I want much higher resolution size than this because if I were to, scale it and re-edit it, then bigger size will be easy for me. That's the whole reason. Okay, online students, please wait for a while. Niflan, please wait for a while. Okay, so I didn't plan for the topic. What I thought was I will put myself into a real project that I don't even know. Okay, so what did I did was I went to ChatGPT and then I searched for, I told ChatGPT, you be my client and give me some design projects. Okay, then it gave me some design projects, lot of them. So I chose the last one, which will be to create a smartwatch product design. That is the design I picked up, and then I opened the software Illustrator. Don't worry about the software. For a graphic designer, software really doesn't matter. Okay. Now not to worry about the software. Maybe later, if you want to do things very much faster, then you have some good softwares to choose and some bad softwares are there. So you have to figure it out. But I have figured it out. For me, it's the Adobe Illustrator because I can do any design very fastly here because of all the convenient tools and the freedom that I have when it's come to designing. But most of you should know that there is the software. It's a web application called Canva, which has some limitation for your creativity. That's the whole reason why I do not choose that, but instead I chose this. Okay. So I'm going to continue from here. Okay. In this case, let's say client have their own set of colors. Okay, I don't even know what colors to pick from. Let's say I am picking something like this. Let's say this is the entirely theme color of the client. This is the theme for the client. So that means you have to use these two colors to come up with your design. But before that, one thing that you can do is you can generate an image using ChatGPT in the first place. Now you generate me this last post that you gave me. Okay, so we'll see how it's going to generate. I don't think it will do a good job, but if it's so, then we are lucky. Okay, fine. You can take this as a reference. Okay. Wait, what? Now, everything for me today happening as a coincidence. I don't know why. Look at the colors. The same colors that I gave here. How did it know that? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. All right. Now, again, I'm going to say, give me one more. One more, but totally different. Okay, we don't want it to give the same thing because we have these line ideas. So again and again it's giving me, so I asked something different. All right, that looks cool too, not bad at all. Okay, this is one way how you can quickly come up with design ideas. And then all you have to do is put a watch, get all of these elements from some kind of websites, then put your wording and you're done. Social media post is done. Now let's say you're going for Fiverr. Then if the client asks you, you can quickly do like this. But the problem happens when problem really happens when the client interfere too much on our design. So now what to do? Client comes and says, every time if you send a design to the client and if the client is not approving the designs, then what to do? Then you don't, from your side, nothing is wrong. Okay, you are trying your best, you are doing a design, but it's all the problem with the client. But you have to be smart enough, you have to ask the client, okay, I will show you some images. So what you have to do now, you are going to prepare a PDF for, just send it on WhatsApp. Okay, like pick 3 images that you can do, that you like, just 3 images. Now send these 3 to the client and tell to pick one that you like. So I can make something similar. You're going to say the client. So client is going to pick one design. Let's say a client like this design, then make something more like this design. That is the fastest way how you can get approved. Okay, but if you don't show anything to the client, if you make a version by spending, let's say, 3 hours, if the client rejected it, what will happen? Your 3 hours got wasted. Okay, so as designers, it's not about how the design turns out, whether did my design turn out professionally or did my design turn out not so good looking. It's not about that. It's all about, at the end of the day, will my client like it or not? Sometimes, let's say I am the world's best designer. Let's think like that. Let's say I have 30 years of experience. Okay. Now, it's not, let's say I am doing a design. Whoever doesn't know anything about graphic design might not like it, even though I have so many years of experience, even though, let's say, I am the best designer. Whoever doesn't know design cannot appreciate it. So we have to ask them, what do you like? So as designers, we have to design whatever they like, not according to our experience, as well as whatever we know the best might not work for them. Good morning. So whatever we know the best might not work for them. So simply ask them, give me the idea. If they don't give me the reference, you send them pictures, tell to pick one. Simple as that. As graphic designers, your job is so easy, but we are the one who is stressing ourselves. When I figured this out, my job became many times easier. For me, I can now handle any project. All I will do is show some design for client, or I will ask them to send. When they send, I will do similar design. I will finish it off. That's all. My job is finished. Simple as that. Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one more AI website, one more. Okay, ChatGPT is one of them, but keep in mind the best of the best. Currently, the best image generator is, what is that? What is the best image, text to image generator at the moment? Online students, you too have to answer. Tell me. Anyone? I'm asking about the AI image generator. Using Canva too, you can, right? Can we? Maybe it's there inside Canva. Any other names of the websites? Tripic. It also has a built-in generator, but not the best. Any idea for the best one? It's simple. Text to image generator right now, the world's best one. That's the reason, I think, why most of you don't know that. The reason is because it's a paid one. That's why it's not free one. Okay. Yeah. Good. It is Midjourney. Okay. Midjourney is the best one. Let's take every image generator in the whole world. Okay. And let us put it here. And then let's take Midjourney, and Midjourney will be somewhere up there. So far, no text to image generator can produce high quality images like Midjourney. And Midjourney basic plan pricing is $10. and it's like almost 3,000 monthly. And then you can generate 200 images, right? For monthly, 200 images monthly. And it is so good. See how there are so many imperfections here. Look at all this, so many imperfections, right? And here too. But on Midjourney, there is not much imperfections. So there is another one which is a good one, ideogram, okay, which is not the best, of course, compared to Midjourney. But if you don't want to get the subscription, then of course we need to. But now I need a prompt for that. Okay, so where do I get the prompt? Now what I can do is ask this itself, give me a prompt for the last post. See, I don't even have to say, give me a prompt, or I don't have to say that you gave me. I can say prompt for the last post. That's all. It will understand. Okay, but anyway, I'm doing this because some of you might be beginners, so you all should know how exactly this works, right? That's the reason. It says a completely different, all these are unnecessary, I think. But let's get from here. Promotional poster. Maybe up to here until the city A. Then I'm going to just put the. I have not used this website. Only one time I used this. This is the second time. So I'm just trying to figure it out. What is this realistic? We don't need a realistic image, which is going to be problematic. In this case, design wise, because design is important. Not 3D, not anime. We want not even auto design. And then color palette, which is great. Let's say this is the color. This is the two colors that I'm using. So I can give it here. I can pick one. Is it there is auto as well? Great. So I'm going to go for auto. I don't want to, give own colors. Then it has different versions. Everything let it be as default. Scare, of course, scare post. Not really sure what is this. Anyway, let's press generate and then wait. We'll see. It's going to take some time depending on your internet speed. Okay, let me know if you all have any questions as well, anything that you want to add into this. Even while the time I do the workshop, doesn't matter, you can talk to me. So it created this. I will click on this and nice. When I say nice, I'm not saying for the overall image. I'm saying nice for the ideas that it gives me. The line artwork, that is also nice. I kind of like it. I'm going to the other one. This is more simple, nothing going on there. Here too. So what did I learn? I learned from this to get these lines. So this is something unique. So what I grabbed here was a unique style of a design. So I can maybe in my future design, I can incorporate these lines to come up with my own design. So better I save this entire image somewhere on a folder called ideas, graphic design ideas. Maybe let's say now I'm out of idea. I don't have to all the time go to ChatGPT and ideogram or any other AI website and generate and wait. If you found, so this is a good tip, I guess. If you found something that is good looking, maybe for your future project, save it on a folder. When you're out of idea for a future projects, then you can use this. Okay, online students, give me a moment. All right, shall we start? Shall we start? I will tell the summary. So what did I do for this half an hour of time? So today's workshop is about how to create a design within a short period of time without putting much effort. That's what I'm going to teach for the entire class. So what did I do was I never planned anything for today's workshop. Instead, I had to put myself to the challenge to create this social media post. So I asked ChatGPT, you be my client and give me some post ideas, and it gave me some post ideas. So I picked the last one and then I put it inside square size because this is the one that will be used for social media. And then without thinking too much, I asked ChatGPT itself to generate me some images. So I got some ideas here. Then I am using another website called Ideogram to create some design ideas here. It generated me these four and I got a nice idea with this line works. That's all, the summary. Okay. But since I like it, I will right click on it and I'll press copy image and I will paste it here. Okay, I will keep it to a side. I might take some design ideas from this as well to here. That's the plan. And then can we press generate one more time? We'll see. There is this retry button. I'm going to press that. And then we have to wait for a while. This time we'll see what it generates for us. So now I'll ask you, online students, you have to answer as well. So I hope you all know the summary and what I'm doing. So now, so tell me who are graphic designers, or if you have studied graphic design already, put your hands up. Let me check online students as well. Anybody? You are a graphic designer. You're studying. You? Studying. You? Studying. Graphic design. If you're studying graphic designing, let me know. Last drop? No. These two are my past students, so I know. How about you? No? You? Okay. So others, y'all are here to get most of the time, y'all are here to get a good idea about graphic design, right? That's why others are here. Am I right? Okay. Okay, to get a clear picture about what is graphic design, what it feels like to do a design, and what are the challenges. So today's class, that's what exactly I'm going to do. And it generated me more. This I kind of like. I like this. Straight away, what I'm thinking is, why don't we look at this? Why don't we make this go behind the watch and maybe end there? That would be awesome, right? Awesome idea. See, I'm done with my idea already. I'm done here. I can stop and I can continue the same thing, and I would like to give this to the client. So I already like this. Awesome. So I'll copy the image and paste it. Did I think too much? Not at all. I just went to AI site. I wanted it to give me some good design ideas. It already gave me, so I'm very happy about it. I even like the way how it came up with this color, which is really contrasty, and overall I like the color and everything. Really cool. How about this? This is also good, but nothing unique about this, right? We have seen something like this all over the internet, right? We have, and I wouldn't you go for this, okay, because I have seen everywhere. I think I like this, the way how this there's a light here, but it's not well implemented. Maybe what I can do is I can put a gradient in the background and make the light glow and make the text glow as well. Maybe then this would look good, I guess. But I overall like this. So this is exactly what I'm going to do today. Or else you can use another site which is Freepik, and you can go to create, and then you can give your prompt here. Where is my prompt? It is right here. So I'm just going to copy my prompt and then paste my prompt right here and then press generate. Yeah, as I expected it, no. Freepik is not that great yet. It can't do designs much compared to ideogram. Okay. Another problem with this ideogram is I'm thinking I have only two attempts that I can try. Maybe the plan is cheap. I don't know about the plan's pricing and all, but there are some sites that could do the same for free. You already should know there is a site called лек시아 or Lexica. I'm not sure about the name. Maybe that's a good one. Even if I ask you, all will tell me a lot of other sites, right? So just go to Google and search for best AI image generator sites for free, and then it's going to give you a lot. Try each and everything. Some will be totally free, so we have to figure it out. Okay. At the moment, this is not free, I guess. Maybe I can come up with a different Google account and retry. I'm not sure. But anyway, it is also not doing a best job anyway. Okay, everyone. Now I will talk about hierarchy. Okay. Hierarchy means you have to put the important wordings on the top, and important wording, the most important word should be the biggest in size, and the less important, so on, and the least important. That's called design hierarchy. So we have to pick a font. So I have to, let's say I like this font. Okay, let's say I like this font. I already like this font. So what I can do is I can take a screenshot. Okay. So let me save this somewhere. Okay. So I can go to, let's say right here. And then I can go here and search for, I can say font recognizer. Then I can go to myfonts.com. And then I can load the image here. So where is that image? Right here. Okay, let us grab the image. Let us put it right here. And it is identifying the font. I have to press identify. Identify, it is identifying. Let's see. Okay, this is looking cool too. Most of these are looking cool, but I'm going to go for the wider font style. This is more like what I'm thinking is okay for me. So I will select it, and then I'll copy the name. What I will do is I will say name free download, name free download, and we have to figure it out on which site that it is free. Maybe on this side, I don't know. I will just press the download button and see what happens. And then free download there. Let's wait it out. In meantime, maybe it's already giving me the download. Sometimes you just have to go for different sites to find the exact font that you're looking for. Maybe inside this site it is not free. Then you might want to try this. So I think it's downloaded. Let me open it. Open this, and it's already here. And I can see this is maybe looks like a different font, and this is not I expected, right? As you can see, it's okay. Don't give up. Go to the other one. From Dribble. I don't think even from Dribble this should be free, but if they are giving for free, we are lucky. So what is this? Download now button. For some reason page is blocked. Yeah, this font is definitely not free. That's the whole reason why we can't download it that easily. Okay. We'll see. This seems promising. I don't know. We have to just see download, and maybe I have to wait. And if I press this, all right. So this is the reality when you want to download a font that you really like. Sometimes you are trying at least some websites. It's depend on. See, all of these are very suspicious sites that I don't like to go in. Okay, if we go in, it's not going to be that great. So let us not go in. Let's check it out here. It's giving me a totally different font. Then okay, fine. I was somewhat attached to this particular font here, but it's okay. I will give up. I will give up on it, and I will go for a different font. Okay. I'm thinking to go with this one. So I'll go for that. And the name of the font. And you are going to search for free download. And hopefully we will be able to download this. Or I will have to try at least another 5 times. I think I was able to download this. All right, let us put it on my desktop. So here I see it. Let me open it. Okay, so what you can do is just install them. And what is the name of this font? Benzene. Let me open to confirm. Yeah, benzene. Okay. Now what you can do is you can select all of this and apply the font. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be the heading. I'll move all this down. Okay, what is the first of all, what's name? Neat, no. Pulse Pro 2, okay? That's the main thing you want to highlight. That's the heading, okay? So that should be the biggest name first, the main heading. Then meet is just meet the watch, okay? Okay, the future of wearable tech. Okay, maybe you be in smaller text like this, and we don't need that dash. Now looks promising. See, even they did the same thing here. Looks really cool. Okay, so next, the smaller text, which maybe I will reduce its size, and I will think, is it important or not? Smarter, sleeker, and built to keep you connected. Okay, fine. This wording right here is not so important, therefore let it be there for a while. And the features. Now I need to showcase the features. 2 weeks battery life, all of these awesome features. Now, how do I put and where do I put the features? Do I have any ideas here? They have put like this and shown it to me. Okay, fine, but I think there should be better ways, like this line idea. Maybe somehow I can connect with lines, maybe put feature number 1 here, feature number 2 here, 3 here. But will it work out? I don't know. I have to try and see. But look, this feature is not in one line. Also, this one is not in one line, because if you put it in one line, of course there won't be space. Here as well, they have not put it in one line all. So that is exactly what we are going to do, to break this into many lines, so that they will be into their own section, like few boxes. For an example, feature number 1 here, feature number 2 here, feature number 3 here, all the text here for the feature 1, all the text here for the feature 2, and all the text here for the feature 3. That's the plan. See, I'm not even worried about the color yet, or exactly how I'm going to put the design. I will figure it out eventually. Okay, don't worry, because we have the exact design that we are going to do right here. So don't worry yet. Don't worry. Now, just worry about the design hierarchy, the text hierarchy. What matters for a design, for a good looking post, is its legibility, its readability. Okay, its placement. All those you have to figure it out first, and then you can use Photoshop or Illustrator or Canva to do any of these designs. All right. This one I'm going to cut, put it right here. This one also going to cut, put it right there. Sleep and more. Also, I'm going to cut and put it right here. Now I'm going to make this much bigger. Let's highlight 24/7, and then let us maybe make it small. Okay, that's my feature number 1. Okay, and how am I going to put this? 2 weeks. 2 weeks is important. So 2 weeks battery life is not that important. So you be smaller, 2 weeks be bigger. And feature number 2. Now, as you can see, I have space. Integration with the app. Is it that important much of a feature? Every smartwatch nowadays does it, right? So that, I don't think that's a great feature. It's common nowadays, standard. So I don't think this is that needed. So maybe I can get rid of it. That's a good thing, to get rid of things that are really not needed, because what it will do is it will break the impact of the design. So I'm going to just leave it. So pre-order now will be our main call to action. So I'm going to cut it. And then this can be in smaller text, this can be much bigger, and CTA you be somewhere. Okay, now maybe CTA in the center, and here logo, where can we put the logo? Maybe there, or here, or here, or here, or here. You're supposed to put the logos only on the corners. Remember that. Why is that? Is there any rule? There is no rule. It's all about user experience. Because over time, every one of us have seen a logo somewhere on corners. So all of a sudden, when you put the logo here, people get confused. They might think, what is this? Is this a content to read? Something like that. So, but when logos are at the corner, everybody can easily, inside their mind, without thinking too much, they can figure it out. Okay, this should be the logo. If the logo is here, okay, that is going to be the logo. If the logo is here, that is going to be the logo. So you have to put psychology in designing as well. So there is huge topic to cover on psychology on design. But you can even figure it out by yourself. It's all about, will people understand? Will people able to grab the idea of a design or a post quickly? Based on that, you think whatever the attempts that you can put, think and put it on your design. That's how I do this. Okay, now we have to ask ChatGPT for the footer. I don't have the footer yet. Maybe it gave me, but I don't know. I have to check. Okay. Did it give me? No, it said me to put, but it didn't give me, right? Okay. So I'll ask, give me contact details. And now we are having a problem. So it says that using the version 4 is limited. I can't use it at the moment. So I have to go for a new chat to do that. So what can I do? For not watch prime, give food details. So I'll just ask, okay, because I wanted this to be, okay, generate it for me, random. There we go. So all I can do is copy this. Wait, I have this copy. What I can do is I can paste it here. And I can easily take from here. Okay, so this is going to be my website. And about the phone numbers, I'm not going to go for the phone number. Okay. Just this website is enough for me. So that's it, done. Look at the hierarchy. All good. Good hierarchy. Okay. These three are same. So be in the same place. So we have divided this into many sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The lesser the sections are, the better a design becomes. Always remember. If you can divide this somehow furthermore down, I think you have to do this. Okay. But now let's talk about the mistakes that designers do. The huge mistakes are making people confuse without a proper section. Now look at this. People are confused now. Wait, is this a separate one? Our eyes are going through all of this overwhelming amount of information, like one section, another one, another one, another one. Like maybe this can be one. Here, it seems like there are three. 1, 2, 3. Instead, you can make them easily 2 by putting this little bit up. So if you put them like this, people knows that this is going to be the heading. This can be the secondary heading. This can be the feature. This can be the call to action. This can be the website. That means they don't have to read everything starting from here, here, here. They might read just the heading and skip this entirely and go to the next one. They might start to read here, because when they know that this is also part of the heading, they are like, okay, this is the heading, so that can be something part of the heading. So without thinking too much, they will read and go to the last one. But here is it's all confusion mixed here. Look, just don't know where to start, like too much of information. Not so neat, right? But this is. So your job as a designer is to not only design squares, boxes, triangles, maybe rounded squares, and then placing them. If you are thinking this is graphic designing, no, there are more to graphic designing, like design psychology, design principles, design hierarchy, text hierarchy, image hierarchy, color theory. Likewise, there are a lot when it's come to graphic designing. It's not something using adding shapes, beautiful looking shapes, and then changing colors and try to figure out some cool looking design with the tools. No, not at all. If you're thinking like this, no, there are a lot to study. Okay, so I don't even worry about whether this is centered. Maybe all of those finally. Even this is not arranged properly, I don't mind. I will just put it there. Now I will come into the designing, because I have figured it out, the hierarchy and how it should look like. Yeah, one more thing we didn't figure it out is the image. That also I can easily get space. Let's put the watch here. I'll be good. And of course, I have to, after that, do lots of arranging, like making this smaller and everything to figure it out where I can place the watch, right? But for now, how will I replicate this design? That's what we are going to see. Okay. So firstly, I am going to do this. There are many ways, but let me try to do this wave here with the pencil tool. Not sure if this will work out well with the pencil tool. I'm just going to try it anyway. So I'll start from here. No, I would like to adjust this a bit. So it goes a little bit down, right? Little bit down, maybe like this, little bit down, then all of a sudden up. All right. I don't like this line, so I'm going to make it a bit more smooth. So I have the initial plan. Okay. Now we have to give it a proper width. So let us give it a proper width. And as you can see, this, the more it goes here, it should end right here, of course. So I'm thinking maybe I can end it right there. Okay, now this place should be thinner. This place should be much wider. Therefore, you can change some settings for the outline like this one, and then reversing this and increasing this a bit more. Okay, then I am saying here too, it has to go a little bit down, but it's okay, I guess. Now here it should be much wider. Then you can use some tools like the width tool, and then maybe you can, increase that part to be much wider, I guess. I think I overall like it. So that's it. Now for the other side, you have to create something like this. Maybe you can select this, cut it, and undo everything. Before we even delete that line, I would like to now delete this side and paste whatever I cut. Now as you can see, I have this part right here to figure it out what to do with it. Maybe what I can do is apply the same stroke settings like this, but I think this should be manually done with the pen tool. Yeah, now it's very difficult because it will not be that great. Okay, all right, fine, I'll be later doing all of this with the pen tool, I guess. Now we will learn how to add gradient color for this. I'll keep this to a side. I will create a rectangle. I will select our main color here. Now I'll select all the text and I'll put it as white because that's exactly we have here, white. Okay. Now for the stroke, we are going to give a outline, color, but before that, it's better you grab those colors, sample those colors somewhere. So I'm going to copy this, copy that as well, copy here, and right there. I'll select all of this. I will save these colors so I can use them later. To save them, what you can do is wherever you have this color controls, you can go there and you can add a new group and then press OK. Now I have that group in here. So I can just select them. So first you select this one. You open your stroke settings, the gradient for the stroke. So apply this, as well as make sure you select this one right here. Okay, the second one. Now the color will go along the stroke. The color will go along the stroke. So I'll double press here and choose the first color, this one. Next, right here will be the blue. This one, let's put this here and this here. Now keep in mind, you don't have to duplicate the exact colors and everything. You don't have to. Okay. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the entire image and then make it much bigger. Okay, so I can put this right there and add my watch. So now, how are we going to get a smartwatch like this? Of course, the client will send you, so you don't have to worry if this is a real project. But now I have to find it. That's going to be challenging. So what we can do is smartwatch PNG. Then we will get a lot. Um, I'm thinking, why don't I put this in फ़्रेपिक? Now, फ़्रेपिक is a good site to get some images, templates, all of this. फ़्रेपिक is the best. So here I can see some, but I want a watch that is lying down like flat. I'm also thinking I will take a screenshot. I'll also save it. I will go here. Wait. Yeah, search by image. Search by image. Okay, fine. I'll go to Yandex. Now this is a good search engine. You can go to images tab and then you can drop your image right here. Then I'll go to similar images. Meantime, I will open Photoshop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this exact, because let us not get way too many searches and then most of our time will be gone. Okay, that's why. Yeah, it is loading. Okay, we'll get away by using this. So now we need the object selection tool, which will try to wait. Which version of Photoshop is this? Yeah, it has the object selection tool. Let us select the image, then it will load and try to identify the object for us. It did, so I'll click to select the object. It did a good job, but maybe here things can go wrong. As you can see, it definitely didn't do a good job there. Okay, let's not worry about perfections at the moment. So you're done. You can just save this and use it there. So let us save this file. So I'm going to, on my desktop, save it as a Photoshop file itself. Then I'm going to take this file in. Okay, then we have the watch here. And now, maybe I will leave this to aside now. Think about arrangements, spacings. Let's lock the background so it won't move. Now I will move this up. Maybe move this one to the top. Maybe now it's a good time to do alignments because I didn't do it before. So I'll make sure I align everything to the page properly. Yeah, we'll lock this, take the features up, this feature too. But features are too much highlighting at the moment and way too bigger. So I will reduce its size a bit to make it less highlighted, okay? Even when we make this small, it is still is highlighted because of 24/7 and 2 week is much bigger. So we don't have to worry, I guess. So now how am I going to connect them? Even when I connect them with these lines like this, I don't think that will be visible because when this is on the way, I don't think that's a good idea to connect them like this with some lines like this. That would have been like a cool design or something, but at the moment I am going to not do it because of this is going to stay on the way. And when I put this down, okay, now the problem is, look, even when I take this up, this line goes up. So, but here it has enough of space to stay there. Here we don't have headings, but my one, unfortunately, client gave us more content. In this case, ChatGPT have given us more content. Now we can't go and say to the client, shall I remove this? You can't do it. You can't. So now we have to figure it out by ourselves. Don't worry. You have the overall idea. Now draw on your own. Okay. But before I draw on my own, I'll also make sure I come across, first do the footer. Okay. I'll first do the footer. And should it be capital or simple? I think leaving at simple is also fine. Keeping it as capital also fine in this case. So we have to try both. So the way how I'm going to align is look at these circles. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that circle and touch the end of the word. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take these two circles and touch the end of the word. See, that way I don't have to manually align and wait. So this is getting aligned. Now for this, let us give that same color, which will be in this case the background color itself. I'm also thinking overall I will make this a lot bigger, and this font can be much thinner. Okay, so this can be thinner. Now every font that I selected is bold. This is bold, this is bold, everything is bold. Now whatever that is smaller text, make them thinner. Okay, you might wonder that when text are small, making them bolder is what will make them visible. This is a misconception. Okay, so if I put it bold, yeah, this is not like that. The thinner one will be the easiest to read compared to the bolder one, but not sure how that is visible on the TV. But for my monitor, it's sharp and clear. This is much more bigger. TV is a bit more pixelated, but anyway, when text is much thinner, what happens is that the spacing among text becomes more. Okay, the spacings become more overall. So it has proper breathing room when text is thin. But when it's bigger, it doesn't have proper spacing. And for an example, look at this gap, way too tighter. So from a far away, we can't really see those gaps. But on a thinner text, I think from this zoom level, this should be even more way too thinner. But at the moment, unfortunately, for this particular font, this is not thin enough. Okay, so maybe what I can do is I can try some other font just to show you as an example. Yeah, like this one. All right, everyone. So already the thickness of this, I have put it to medium. No, it's the regular one. So this can be bold. The more better. When the wording becomes bigger, okay, it's best that you make it bolder. It will make more sense. Okay, so in this case, I will have to make this bolder and this one much thinner, these three. If I should have typed them to be in the same line, that would have been great too. Anyway, I'll select them separately and go for regular. There is no, unfortunately, on this font, there is no much difference. So for this battery life, I will go for medium too. For this one, already medium is the one which is selected. I think this can be not so bold. In this case, I have to completely change the font for this. The reason is it is coming equal to the heading. Look how it has the same font and it is trying to be equal to the heading. In this case, it is not equal to the heading. It is the subheading. It should have its own place. Therefore, you can try to give it some other different font, but this time much more thinner. Now the heading is more prominent. I'm thinking I will do the same thing for all of this as well. So I'll select these and give much more thinner font. Now that's great. Now the hierarchy, the readability becomes more. It's much better. Okay. So for this too, I will change that same font, which is regular, the regular size, not bold or not thin, somewhere in the mid level. Okay, so what I can do, select this, select all of this and align them to the center. And this too, I will make sure to align it to the center. These ones are already aligned. That's it. Now let us keep a placeholder for the logo. Let's imagine that this is going to be our logo. You will be there. Okay, we have a place for the logo and everything. Yeah, now I have to this height. Now everything is done. Now we can freely think about how this design idea, if we can incorporate that in here. On my real work experience for client, I have done the same thing. I have been into similar situations. And sometimes, let's say I'm doing this for real, okay, real client work. When I try to add this wave idea, and let's say it is not working, it is not working at the moment because I feel like somehow I can't add it here. Maybe because lots of words are there at the top here and it's not properly visible. So in this case, the decision to take is I would have left this idea and already gone for a different one. Okay, but right now I can't do on this class because if I leave this idea and go for a different one, it's not a good thing because you have already eagerly waiting for that idea. So I don't want to, I think, break that idea. So let us go with that itself. Now I'll take the pencil tool and I'll start from here. Just draw. I'll make sure it's much. I'll come from more down and like that. I think this will be okay. Okay. See how this one is much shorter compared to what we had originally, which is much taller. Okay. All right. Something like this is working out. I would like to also make it much taller. All right, now I would do the same this side. So that I'm going to do more differently this time around. For that, I'm going to get a help of a circle like this. Yeah, this circle is the one that is going to help me. And I'm also going to rotate this circle like that. So I can keep it at the edge and I can take a copy, and what I can do is I can create a box. Let me create a box. And I would like to end it right there. So what I can do is put a line there. Okay, now I will change this color to white so every one of you can see. What I did there was I will connect them with a tool that I have, and then I will take this out. I have done it using shapes, with the help of shapes. And I didn't bother to use the pen tool and waste my time. Instead, I did this. So that's exactly what I'm going to put here. Maybe right there, and make it much, much smaller. And in this case, even when I make this small, it's not looking that great, right? Look, the banner, this ribbon, let's call it the ribbon. Ribbon is visible, but what makes the idea special in the first place is the ribbon is bigger and visible. That's what makes this design unique. But unfortunately, on my one, it is getting lost. So what will I decide now? Shall I take this off so that I can make it much larger and bigger? Or else I can put this somewhere down here. Yeah, we'll make this much smaller. Okay. Then you have enough of space right here. And then you can make this much taller. See, I decided to put it down. Now it's okay. Sometimes you don't want to stick with a design. That happens for everyone, right? When we do a design, we have started it from zero. So now we are attached to it. So you ask somebody the review. If you ask them, okay, tell us how it looks, when they say, no, it doesn't look that great, or maybe I don't like this text, or I don't like the way how this looks, means we might get upset about it, because this is how we are used to. Because we think we put effort, hours and hours, all of a sudden they are coming and telling changes, and that should not affect you mentally. Keep that in mind. Your job is not to get attached to your design. Instead, your job is to make anybody who sees, or especially the client, when they sees, it should look good. So you have to be open to ideas and accept what everybody tells you. Okay. Uh, Also, time to time, let's say you are freelancing at home, send whatever you do a design, maybe halfway through, send it to, let's say, your siblings. They are at home, maybe with you. Show them, what do you think about this? They might say they might have a different perspective, right? So they will give you some different idea about it. So you have to take it to a consideration, and you have to try to implement that as well. Maybe you can show somebody who knows, show this to somebody who doesn't know designing much. Okay, because we need the perspective of somebody who is not a designer, because majority of the people who is going to see this are not designers. So we have to try to make them like this post. So that's the reason. Also, I'm going to make this go to the top, and I'm not, there is no accuracy here. I'm not doing it that great, because I have to somehow finish it off and show this to you. Okay. Therefore, this is not normally how I would do a design, but today is something totally different. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll quickly figure it out how I can add colors here. Same thing, gradient. So create some squares. Let's take that blue and these two colors, and also this outlines color, also take it into consideration. That can be more white and gray. I don't think I have to grab it. Okay. All right. So what we are going to do is we are going to apply a gradient. So I'm going to grab this color, and for the other color, this, and direction of the gradient, was it the correct direction? Yeah, but this should be more of magenta. Okay, now that's great. Now that's great. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to add the outline. We need to add the outline here all the way there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two to be one single shape. So it's a before I merge them to be one single shape, I'm going to delete every other anchor point, this one, this one, this one. Then all I have is an outline like this. I would also like to disconnect here, disconnect this, as well as disconnect here, so that I can delete that line separately. So I have something like this. Here too, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of this. Yeah, I'm just going to remove all of this, delete, delete, and then convert it to an outline. So I have only those. So here what I can do is I can take the eraser, the path eraser, that's what it is. I can connect these two, and then we will have something like this. Okay, so don't worry exactly every step that I did. On the way, I didn't take a duplicate copy properly. So give me a moment. All right. So now I have the line. I'll place the line right there, and I'll make the line much bigger. Now you see I have this. I'm talking about this. That's what this looks more 3D. If you can see, this looks three-dimensional. That's the reason, because of this line right here. Maybe I can put this line more down so that it's much better and make it even more visible, and then put it maybe more down there. Yeah, it doesn't continue here. It doesn't continue. It's up to here. Okay. Now I'm just going to replace this back to its original place. Yeah, now you can put the watch on top, and this should be much gray color. Okay, little bit dark gray too. Now, as you can see, I have replicated. It doesn't look that great. Maybe I can do it in Photoshop and make it look great. Now, for now, taking all of this up, and we have to somehow make this more visible in Photoshop. I guess we can do it in Photoshop. All of this. Now we will put this into Photoshop and do uh, this confetti. This can be called as a confetti. It's like particles floating here and there. So this is a confetti. And then we should have this gradient that you can even do it here or do it in Photoshop. It's all up to you, but I think overall I will put into Photoshop and do every other color change. Yeah. So yeah, this. It's always a good idea to put the image far as you can, like small as you can, and then sit back and then just go through it. Making more of the text more smaller and arranging him into more separate section would be even more better. But in this case, I think I have to think about people have to read them easily as well. So also I see the website should be much down, because as you can see here, we can't make this as more like one section. The website should be maybe on its own, or you can put the website totally to this side, and maybe the button, CTA button, maybe there. That could be also a great idea. About here, the colors are blended and not so visible. That we will fix later through Photoshop. But for now, just put it far away you can, and then just go through and feel the arrangement. This should be aligned with this one. I'm also thinking I would like to emphasize this more. So can I select it, make them more bigger, and then if I place it like this, in this case, no, because of every other element. Here's another method. You can select, put the footer, CTA there, this here. This is also fine, I guess, because of this. This is on the way. It is disturbing too. Maybe this is okay for now. All right, now let's talk about aligning this. How will you align this? So you might think that, okay, you might think that it is 100% perfectly aligned, right? Like this, it is aligned. But when you are viewing it from a far away, the text will seems like the text is pushing towards this side a bit. In order to see it properly, you have to sit directly in front of the post also. You won't be able to see it, but see, notice how the wording looks. It is a bit more out. So now we have to not align for precision, we have to align for eye level. Okay, this is called optic alignment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it more to this side and then zoom out and see, now does it look straight? Yeah, it's manageable. Seems like both are in proper order, even though it is not. But from a far away, it will trick our eye to look like it is aligned. Okay, to talk about this is another topic on its own. You should know. I'm not going to spend time for that, but overall, I'm going to leave everything here. But I also like the way how this is at the center, and I also like the plus. So I think this makes it looks more modern and everything. Maybe we can add that plus here and make this smaller. So it's kind of like a cool design look. So don't forget today's class topic. What was the class topic? It's all about how do we create a design easily without struggling, quickly within a short period of time. It should be much thinner. So hope you got it. None of this idea is my own, right? I duplicated them because not many is going to come across this, because this is generated live. So there is very rare percentage that somebody who would find the exact image, because we gave our own wording and everything. So I don't think there is not even 1% of chance anybody would do the same design. So you are safe. This is your own unique design. You can use it like that as well. So now let us make this much thinner and let us rotate it and group them and put them side by side. and group them and align them and see how it looks. Not bad. Okay, maybe I would like to select these to be much smaller. Okay, much better and visible. Okay. And likewise, you can think what else is there. If you want, you can add more. And I'm also thinking what makes this button more neat and nice is that it has enough of room. For a button, for a proper button, there is a formula that if this is 1x, the same length should be here, but it should be 2x. The same length you're going to put here like this. That's a good formula to come up with a good button, but I don't think that is necessary at the moment. You can use the eye level. In this case, I made this much smaller and okay, fine. This is okay. Now, how do we put all of this into Photoshop? So I'm deleting all the unwanted layers, keeping it clean, so I can work in Photoshop now. Also keep in mind, to take Illustrator layers to Photoshop, this is not a good idea. You can't just go in here, save this as a Photoshop file, and even if it's working, all of these layers inside Photoshop will not be 100% editable. But you can make most of these layers editable in Photoshop using a third-party software. That software's name is Affinity Photo. Affinity Photo is a equivalent software to Photoshop. You can save this Illustrator file as an Illustrator file itself, then put it into Affinity Photo, then convert it to a Photoshop file. This is how it's done the right way. But at the moment, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the classic way, the not so good way. So I'm going to go to File, Export. We are going to export this out of this software, and we are going to give PDF, PSD. PSD means Photoshop file. Then if you want, say, enable artboard, we have to say enable artboard. Then I think I will just export it. Now, the resolution I have set while exporting is 300. Know that sometimes when you open the same file in Photoshop, if it's way too large and if it's getting stuck, then you might want to reduce the resolution. At the moment, I have set it to a very, very high resolution. So if things are getting stuck, then I might want to, reduce it. As you can see, we are editing in 8K. That's what I said. It's a setting that is found here. When you go to File, Export, Export As, then I'm talking about this. So if you give 72 means it is 1920 by 1920. That's the original size I gave. If you give 150, it will be much larger than 1920. If you give this 300, what will happen is it is going to put it to 8000. So be aware of that as well. Anyway, I'm not going to edit in this huge size because now it will look everything is smooth and all. Also, look at this. Look at this. Notice how that the watch came with that line. It is attached to this line. Why is that? That's the main reason why I told there is another best way to do this. That's one problem. But for now, you can try to put all of these layers on its own layer too. Right now it is in a single group, but I'm not going to do that and wait. What I'm going to do is simply reduce this to, let's say, 2000. Okay. When I set it to 2000, see how small it became. Now you can add visual effects and everything so that it is much smoother now. So very first thing, we'll go in here, add a gradient like this. So what was that color? I'll copy that color code and then go all the way down, get the brush tool and add that. Okay, not yellow, even though that looks cool, we don't want to deviate. So I would like to add one there, one up there, and then shrink it and then make it bigger like this to replicate more like that. Put it more here, maybe a little bit outwards. That is okay. I would like to also try something on my own. I'm not sure how this will turn out. Maybe we can add a different color as well. Maybe that looks cool too. Maybe a little bit of that yellow somewhere. Maybe later, if we don't like it, we will change it. Now what you're going to do is notice how this looks nice and blurry, right? Here it's blurry, and the more forward it goes, it is much sharper. So how can you do that? You can select that along with the line, but unfortunately I am in a trouble that the line and the watch is attached together, so that's a problem. What I can do is I can duplicate these two layers. Okay, now keep in mind the same thing can be done in, let's say, Canva or even a mobile app. But the question is, will the mobile app or Canva allow this? If they allow, then of course you can try this. So I think most apps nowadays will allow you to duplicate a layer and use the eraser tool and erase, right? So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and take the eraser tool and erase everything that is on top. So I can separate them. Okay, so I erased everything. Okay, now I just have them on their separate layers. And for this one, what I can do is erase this part. Now I have separated them, right? But not the top one, of course, not this one. That I will think about it later if I want to. But for now, what I can do is I can select this and this, both of these, and duplicate them as well. Okay, and make sure they are one single layer. Attach them as one single layer. And for now, I'm hiding it, and I want to hide this line as well. So I can switch this on, give it that blur effect. So the blur effect that I'm going to give is the motion blur. So you can go to filter, blur, motion blur. Then the direction you increase and increase the blur. Now, as you can see, we are getting a similar blur here too. Okay, but here it's a bit of a mess there because the layer is getting cropped. That's another problem. I have solutions for those too, but I don't think I can do that at the moment because I have to take some layers from Illustrator. Okay, in the process, notice how it's fully blurry all the way up here too. That can be fixed easily, so don't worry. And I don't want to make it that blur too. So I'm going to go to filter, blur, and then motion blur. Okay, so filter, blur, motion blur. I don't want to do it that much. Yeah, let us just put this all the way down next to whatever we hid. One more thing I didn't do was to convert this to a smart object. Don't worry, whatever I'm telling right now, smart object and all, you don't have to know at the moment. So don't worry at all. Okay. I applied something called as a smart object. Now, as you can see, if I paint, only the area that I paint will be blurry. Look, see, if I paint here, it becomes blurry. That means if I paint here, this area becomes blurry. If I paint here, that area becomes blurry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make only the bottom here much more blur. Okay, this side not so much blur. Okay, now we have something like this. Okay, so on my one, I'll also enable this, put it to the top and reduce its opacity a bit. Now, as you can see, we are getting a close result, almost, right? So this is exactly how it is done. Now, if you look here, it has more shadows. It has shadows here. So we need to add these shadows as well. So what we can do is we can copy that color code. You can select the watch. Underneath the watch, what you can do is add that exact shadow. And I'm also going to select this shadow and I'm going to make directly under the watch much darker like this. Okay, much darker. Now, as you can see, directly under the watch, it is much darker like here. And we'll see how it's on this side. This side too, we need to make directly under the watch more darker. So what I would do is I would grab a color from here and then I can add those dark color right there. Maybe I think I should make it more dark like this. Shadow effect. You mean drop shadow? You could add drop shadow, then it's more like flat. It doesn't become realistic. For an example, you have to always go for manual shadow. So how exactly the drop shadow works is for top-down view. Okay, so this is for everyone also. So there is a effect called the drop shadow effect. this is your eyes. Okay. And when you look down, let's say there is this table and there is this product, and where will be the shadow fall? Somewhere down. Top down view is the one which is called as the drop shadow. Okay. For something that you see three-dimensional like this, try not to add drop shadow. Okay. So for this, we have to craft the shadow more manually. Okay. So for an example, if I add a drop shadow to this box, this is called a drop shadow. Right now, I'm looking from top to down on top of a table, let's assume. This will not work in this case because this product is sideways view. Okay, here in this case, I want to make it more believable, like how it's here, more realistic approach. So whenever you need to go for a realistic approach, remember that you have to do everything by your own. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit more of a shadow directly underneath the watch to make it look more realistic. Here I have to erase this part. What is that part? First I will select. Yeah, it is from the watch itself. Okay, fine. What I will do is I will wait. Is it directly from the watch? No, it's from this layer. Yeah. What I can do is I can do this. All right. So directly under the watch, I would add a much blurry shadow like this. Not so blurry, but little bit blur. So you have to be manual about this. So not that great, but it's okay. I will also make this more darker. So once again, you add more dark shadows here. I think I already added, for some reason it's missing. Okay. Now as you can see, much better. Maybe not. Okay. Now okay. Okay. This is already readable. So I don't think you can make it more readable than this. Maybe put it down so it doesn't interfere. It doesn't get cut too much. Right now, it cuts here one more time, and then here it gets cut. So when I put it down, it doesn't get cut that much. Now I think it's good. Or else what you can do is for this line right here, what you can do is add a very dark shadow, more like this. Yeah, we can do tricks like this, but it's not that great currently because it's just making the ribbon more faded. I think I will put this down itself. Maybe I'll keep it, and then I will erase bit of this. So directly under the watch, it will be more visible. Yeah, like that. Now, as you can see, this makes the text bit more, at least like by few percentage, it makes the word readable. And maybe we could also make this bit more smaller at the moment. I think it's bit bigger. Yeah, that you could do. Now, as you can see, overall, okay. Mm. So I took 2 hours to do this design. But if I would have done, let's say, without explaining anything to you, I should have done this like 1.5 hours or 1 hour of time. I could have done this. Also, I had to go for much easy design approaches as well, so that you all will learn something. So I had to do slowly. So also now doing a design less than 1 hour is a bad idea. Whatever company, let's say you are working for a company, they are telling you to do a design, do it less than 1 hour of time, means that's not a healthy company for you to work for. When you work long term with them, they are going to put you into lots of stress, and they are going to give you so many issues. For me, many years back when I was working for a graphic design agency, I was working a whole day, like for 10 hours, seated down in one place for a long time. Then I got a lower back pain. Now I have solved it, but that is due to sitting down way too much for the day. For any job, especially if you are doing any IT job, now you will be fine because you are young now. But let's say you are passing your 35, 40, 50, then soon you will realize you will get all these health issues. So this is best advice for those who are doing work sitting too much, or let's say you are doing a job standing too much. That is also a problem. Whatever you do, you have to take time to time a small rest. Then you can uh, manage everything, balance everything. If not, every job is going to give you some health issues. So know that. So doing a design less than 1 hour is very bad for you. As a designer, what happens when you do a design less than 1 hour is that you don't get enough of time to be yourself or to be creative. So you can't explore many things. Now you are even when you have, let's say, so many talents, ability to make something look cool, you can't use those here, because if you put all those efforts here, what will happen is whoever you are working with will be mad at you because of the delay. Okay, so I just wanted to conclude overall what it feels like to quickly grab some ideas here and there from the net, and then how do we face challenges, and how do we incorporate. Here too, what I could have done is added those lines to make it look cool or something. Maybe I could add, but I think overall this is enough. Adding too much elements to a design is also a very bad idea. So don't add stars everywhere, lines everywhere. Those are now out of trend. Those were the designs we did many years back, adding lines everywhere. All those are gone now. Now a modern design will be like the product, simple clean background and the clean looking text wording, and that's all. And some nice gradient colors, you're good to go. This is the modern trend in designing. I think this will continue for almost few years to come. I think like that. So now you all will, I will allow you to ask the questions. I will try my best to cover all those questions for online students as well. Let me know all the questions. Hmm? Yeah. So all right. So what are the doubts that you have, questions in designing? What are the challenges you are facing? Let's say anything. Let's say anything other than this. Let's say you're not even a designer, but if you have any idea related to graphic design field, you can ask me. let's say you're going to go into that field. So now you might have a brief idea how it's going to help you when it's come to the salaries. Is it fair or is it good? Is it going to be worthy? All these you can ask me. All the questions that you have. Can I do it from home? Do I need to go for a physical job? All those questions I can cover. Online students, you can just talk to me or just type a message and send it to me. I'll be able to read the comments as well. Have questions? You should have already, right? Have, right? Hmm?
So as a beginner, how much can we expect as a salary?
Okay, all of you listen. You both have question. Don't have. Okay. Okay, I'm getting some messages online as well. Yeah, one of the students says about the salary here too. One student asked about the salary. Okay, everybody is interested in that, so we'll talk about it. Okay, I'll start with the maybe I'll start with this. After that, I'll go for this salary. Okay, it's like any other job. There is no fixed salary for any job in the entire world. Do you know that? For any job, entire world, there is no fixed salary. So maybe in some government jobs, there are fixed salaries, but especially private places, it all depends on company by company. Okay. Now, let's say you are a graphic designer. Okay, you are a graphic designer. You have studied something. Now you are going to a walk-in interview, and they are talking with you on the walk-in interview. You went there, and now you don't have to ask them what is going to be my salary. Okay, they are going to tell you an amount, and they are going to say you, this is our category, this is our range, is this okay for you or not? They are going to say, they are going to ask you, and then you cannot say this is not enough for me. Nobody tells like that. If you tell like that, then they are not going to take you, but they are going to at the moment decide your salary based on your works. Okay, so for a beginner, I'm going to connect this question with this question. So one of the students also asked, what are the fundamentals? What do you have to focus more, right? So here you're going to focus from the first itself on your portfolio. Okay, what is portfolio? A portfolio means like a CV. CV means you have just the one single page about yourself, your education, your skills, work experience, all those in one sheet, boring little sheet that you go and you show to them and they read, and then it's super boring. You can't impress them with that sheet. But if you can show them the design works that you have done, and if you can arrange them on beautiful looking PDFs on a website, then they will go through your designs that you have already done, now they will think, okay, this person has some experience, they have done projects already. Even if you don't have real client, create your own projects like this. Make them believable, like real. Put so many of these designs and nicely arrange them with. Let me show it to you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is a very good social media for those who are in the creative field. Okay, here I'm going to search for portfolio. And these are all design portfolios. Now let me go into this portfolio. Okay, here as you can see, this is his portfolio. You can see the nice heading, his image about him. This is like a small CV area. When you go down, the content about the logos that he has done. Let's say you don't have logos done yet for real companies. Start by uploading a status on your WhatsApp. Just, I will do logo service for you. And then your friends might contact you, relatives might contact you. Do it for a cheap price at first, doesn't matter. They will give you real projects if you need real projects. Then do all those real projects. Put it here on a document like this, right? Then create some mockups like this. Mockups means whatever the designs that you have done, if you showcase them on products like this, these are called mockups. So how do you find mockups? So you can go to websites like mockupsdesign.com and find lots of mockups. Like all of these are editable files, as you can see. Editable files. All you have to do is, let's say, do a design and then open this in Photoshop and add your image here. That's all. So that is exactly how this designer have done. He has showcased some designs. And imagine you are going to an interview with this. Let's say this is on, let's say you have taken a printout, or they are checking your Behance page right here. You have given them the link. They are going through all of this. You are seated in front of the manager or the interviewer or whoever that is going to hire you, and they are scrolling like this and looking at all the way how you have presented them. Now your presentation is strong. When your presentation is strong, for your first job itself, you can get a higher amount. You don't have to ask them that. They will offer you a range which is going to be definitely greater. But if you just go with a document like this, I should not say designer CV, I can say whole CV. When you go with a document like this and hand over them this, how they are going to react to this, how they are going to know what you are, what you are capable of. A document like this, it's not clear, it's okay. You can see it from here. So even if you can put here, let's say skills, graphic design, skills, Photoshop, skills, Illustrator. So what, how can they know it? How can they feel or see your skill? They can't. In order for them to know and see it live, you have to show them like this. When you have a great portfolio like this, they are definitely going to get impressed. So your first salary package itself, they will give you a higher amount. So all of these are awesome portfolios that can be found in this website Behance. Now Behance is a social media for all sorts of designers. This is the best design sharing social media in the world right now. There is no social media better than this when it's come to sharing your artworks and designs that you do. So all you have to do is search for logo or portfolio or leaflet, poster. You will see everybody's work, and you just have to open them. And you just have to design this like this. See, very beautiful looking. And Right now in Sri Lanka, who do you think is going to see this and not get impressed? Everybody is going to get impressed for a portfolio like this. So this is what I would say for the salary package, because I cannot say a fixed amount, but trust me, it is never fixed. Right now, anywhere, it's not fixed at all. You can go to one company and they will say, for an example, okay, let's say they are saying 40,000 for an example. You have no experience, nothing. You're just going there. They are saying 40. Let's say you have this awesome portfolio. You're going to another company. They might say 1 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs. Who might know? So it's all depends on person to person, depend on our talent. And but let's say you are choosing programming or web development or software engineering, all these fields, graphic design, multimedia, also another field. So overall, according to me, graphic design is a field that you don't have to go to a very high level. If you study a little bit, you can manage to get a job. You can easily settle somewhere. Then if you can aim for your higher education. It's a field like that, overall easy for everyone. Not this is not so hard compared to any other. For an example, programming, you have to go to a higher level. If only then you will be able to do it better than graphic design, because it's more involved in coding and all. But this is not like this. You can watch some videos online or go to some websites, read something, and you can get away with it. That is exactly what I did today, right? I just know some of these tools, and that's it. I know the software, and I went to some AI website. I used ChatGPT and I took the same image and did it. When you show this to the client is never going to figure it out, or even designers are not going to figure it out that you have taken this from a AI site, because this is your own content, everything. This is a generated content which is not going to easily get generated again. So that's nowadays being a graphic designer has become the most easiest. Back when I was starting many years back, there was no AI site, nothing. Not even templates was available. Nowadays, you can go to Canva, take a template, or you can go to this website right here. You can say smartwatch social media post, and then you get all these sorts of already edited posts for you, and the editable file can be taken from Photoshop or Illustrator. Vectors mean for Illustrator file. It can be taken for any software. See how awesome this is. All you have to do is just download them. These are editable files. You can edit this text right here. You can change all of these wordings. You can see, even this is completely free for you. It's just I have to download. For an example, I have to download here. Only thing is this image is not available. Of course, they won't give the image. I just downloaded it. We'll see. I'll open this and show it to you. Hopefully this is a Photoshop file anyway. So I think this is the one. And here's the editable file. Just open it. And they have given the watch image too. How awesome is that? I can replace my own watch here. For an example, let's say this is my watch. Let's say this circle is my watch. All I have to do is save this and it's updated. Then let's say I want to change the text new gadget. I just have to, edit the wordings. And the font is missing, of course. But anyway, let us, press replace, of course. And then type your own text. Okay. Yeah, since the font is missing, it doesn't work well. But I can find out that font, and the font name is this. If I can download it online, I can make it work. Simple as that. All of this is editable, as you can see. I can move every effect, every background, every color, everything is possible. Nowadays, see, everything is possible to use the editable file. So do you think graphic design is much harder? You just have to study some software and some to get some design knowledge, like the principles, the design theory, and yeah, you're good to go. So I think this is a wonderful field. That's why I also chose this field, because it's so much easy for me. My job is very easy because of this field. So I hope I answered, but this question, to answer to this question furthermore, start by studying the basics, like don't go for Canva, don't use a mobile app, start from Photoshop or Illustrator, because these are the industry standard softwares. Industry standard means majority uses, everybody around the world uses. So go for this. Also, this, using these tools, you can create whatever you want. Okay. The limitation is up to your thought. Okay, Canva and all is not like that, where you are much limited to what you can do. But using Photoshop and some other Adobe softwares, you can create and build whatever you want with these tools. So this is a very powerful software. So start studying the basic of these softwares. And then study like design theory, principles, and whatever I did right now. Try to replicate a design, try to copy a design. So keep a photo here, try to copy on this side, and that's how you slowly learn. Okay, so if you want to do this by yourself, this is exactly what I would recommend. Okay, then any other questions are there to ask? Artboard. Okay. You don't know this before? You know this, right? So go to the artboard tool and then click drag, and then you have artboard with you. Okay, you can add one more here, or up or to this side you have artboard. Now you have artboards here. To delete them, you select them and just delete them. Okay. One more problem. I think I will delete one by one, I guess. Yeah, deleting one by one in this case is a good idea. I'll make sure I bring these in. All right. Anything else?
I don't think it's the best. Can I show you?
Yeah. Others also, if you have any questions, let me know. For online students as well, any questions, let me know. I will answer.
Not the best, but I just tried some.
Your portfolio, you designed it. Okay. Now see this consistency. Is it getting cropped or is it like that?
No. It's not.
Optimized. No, okay. See, nice and consistent, nice and consistent, nice and consistent, and here everything changes. Am I right? Because all is a clutter. So how do? You go to Behance and then check how they take each page to put each and every design, like spread them apart. Just to put this mock-up here, they have this one entire frame and then they have more text just to impress others. That's the whole reason. If you don't want to impress, just we can just put all in one place. But most likely, most people are not going to get impressed with your works. So if your works are special, put them in special pages, separately showcase them, even if it's getting scrolled down to many pages, like 10 page, doesn't matter, 20 page, doesn't matter. That's the best thing you can do. Everything else is fine. Okay, that consistency should be there. The theme, the black, the white, this theme, make sure the same theme follows overall when you show the mockup as well. A good example on here too, you can find consistency among every page. So that's what you have to improve. You have more questions? Okay, then online, everybody online, please wait for a while.
print class BKK print වෙන්න කලින් it's a design right color එක choose කරන්න කලින් it's a design okay අපි ඔය දකින්න banner එක flex එක everything is graphic design and with the exception of internet websites වල තියෙන concepts ටිකක් ultimately graphic design so අපි graphic designing කියන එක generally කාලයක් හිතුවට now it has touched almost every aspect of what businesses right medicine ගත්තා hospitals ගත්තා ඒගොල්ලෝගේ design environment එක ඇතුලේ there's graphic design ඒගොල්ලෝ choose කරන colors the elements that they use that's directly coming under graphic design so මේ field එක is not a what do you call your general small subject today 2024 වෙනකොට graphic designing has become such a vast field that there are so many what do you call other avenues that are open graphic designing ඉඳලා තව එකක් develop වෙලා තියෙනවා digital marketing okay ඒකේ competitiveness එකක් ගොඩක් වැඩි කරනවා right so other digital marketing කියන එක ගත්තොත් එහෙම that is because of graphic design okay competitiveness එක වැඩි කරනවා right photography කියන field එකක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා it is not only limited to now photos නේද right ඒවා හදලා ඒ වගේ albums හදලා අලුත් designs වලට edit කරලා right so graphic designing has come a really long way right from its inception so other වල ඉගෙන ගන්න තියෙන්නේ just one aspect of graphic designing if you guys are new to the subject right welcome to graphic designing if you work in the subject තව ගොඩක් තියෙනවා කියලා වලට තේරෙන්නේ okay good so I think as an appreciation for you participating with us at Warlton International Campus we have some participation certificates for you also right if you would like to give first step I think it's for our sir itself to give some certificates after it's missing makal big round of applause somebody else next would be Zaya Shiro Iman Fatima Hasna Haris M Shara Sahid Salma apologize if I pronounce your name M Navi Murshida Muzami thank you for your name yes Atika right here Nadur Pinsar Devi Duan It's Hari. H. Khadija. ᴅᴏറ. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And Afthal sir, thank you so much. Right. And if you guys are interested in this program and if you want to continue this program a little bit more advanced way. Right. If you want to continue with this program a little bit more advanced, Warlton actually have got you covered. අපේ දැන් graphic designing diploma එකක් තියෙනවා Mr. Afthal here, wonderful lecturer, extremely talented. So එයාම කරන what do you call exclusively by him, there is a program that you can participate. And as of now with the new A-level intake ඔයාලට ඒ scholarship offers එක්කම මේ program එක එනවා. And we are not only limited to graphic designing, තව වැඩසටහන් කිහිපයක් තියෙනවා. I would really appreciate ඔයාලට පුළුවන් නම් චුට්ටක් අපේ පල්ලා ඉන්නවා counselors-ලා ඒගොල්ලොන්ව හම්බෙන්න with this new year 2025 එක්ක. I really believe that you will be able to actually find some good pathway for your higher education as well, right? So if you are interested to follow graphic designing with our scholarship, almost I think 50% off there will be for the new intake. කැමති නම් චුට්ටක් පල්ලෙහාට ඇවිල්ලා counselors ලගෙන් details ගන්න. Check what the program is, මොනවද program එකේ cover වෙන්නේ ඔක්කොම බලලා discuss, and then you can what do you call think about joining with us to continue the program, right? So the program will update itself little by little. So graphic designing කියන subject එකත් හැම වෙලේම update වෙනවා, and at the same time we at Warlton would also update our syllabus in complementing to that too. Okay. And finally, lamai, again, thank you so much for joining. And I hope to see you guys soon again at Warlton. So thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.